this fortification prevented any full-scale attack. Because do not try to adopt an image of modern warfare and loyalty of modern armies onto medieval armies. That does not work. If you have a look at that wall, see the numbers 15, 20. Everything that we've crossed so far, that we've passed so far, was constructed. The second church, similar shape, a bit further to the left in the distance, Lawrence Church. We can see that it's mainly wrapped up with a scaffolding. That's why we prefer to change our itinerary slightly, that we have a look at the church that is not covered up and wrapped up that much. Lawrence are running along. You can't see them from here, but you can see the big round tower. The tower that is quite easy to find in that direction though. Big round tower. All the others the same. The next one is a bit harder to find. You have Lawrence Church. Stretch your arms administratively to govern this area. The building in the corner over there was a kitchen because people needed something to eat. Today, those buildings are either used by the museum's administratively or you can rent an apartment here. Surprisingly, it's not more expensive to live in the historic site than to live outside of it. You don't pay an extra fee, a castle bonus. You just pay the average fee for the town of Nuremberg. That means including internet, telephone, email and heating and everything, you approximately end up with about 800, 900 euros per 60, 70 square meters per month. So some people like to live here, some actually prefer not to live in the castle. Disadvantages. Well, at the moment it's a nice refreshing breeze. What we're exposed to the wind here on top of the hill. In the winter time it's going down to minus 15 degrees Celsius. So it's shivering. Okay. So we're now on Zookeeper Square. Of course there was no zoo in the medieval city of Nuremberg. But the person, the local citizen who was in charge of taking care of the king's horses was referred to as the animal keeper or the zookeeper. As he worked right next to the castle, he was living on this square. Constructed houses here because the estate prices were very high in the Middle Ages. Everyone wanted to construct his house behind or within the city walls. Well, about 600 years ago, locals figured out there must be a connection between overcrowded areas who are lacking a sewage system and all those fans. The police were not a big fan of that. But that was really a lot of fun. City wall around Nuremberg's old town, and then the city was absolutely overcrowded about 150, 200 years later, and the second city wall was constructed then over there. In that white building and in the tower, a very important citizen of Nuremberg lived, the executioner. Yeah, no one really wanted to be his neighbor, but he had to live somewhere in the city, and so he was living. Okay, so later on this tour we also see the Nazi Party rally ground. But courtroom 600, the original windows were replaced with bulletproof glass, but still curtains were closed so that no Nazi assassin would find a target in that courtroom. And that's, by the way, if you've seen Judgment at Nuremberg by Billy Wilder starring Spencer Tracy, Burt Lancaster and Marlene Dietrich. If you've seen that movie, in some scenes that's a small mistake, a flaw. Curtains are open. In fact, they had been always.
In 1945, the fortress was almost completely burned out and reconstruction was only completed in 1990.